JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, woman killed on No Movement Day in Rosedown. A woman was killed on Unity Lane in Rosedown, Kingston, Sunday morning about 11:45. She has only been identified as Maria. According to police sources, Maria was at her home when armed men entered her house and shot her multiple times. The police said she received gunshots to the head and died on the spot. Men taken into custody in Almond Town. Several men were taken into custody during a joint police-military operation in Almond Town, Kingston earlier today. The purpose of the operation is unclear at this time. Kingston man charged with wounding and shooting with intent. 25-year-old Junior Query of Carnarvon Street, Kingston 3, was arrested and charged with wounding with intent and illegal possession of firearm and ammunition following an incident along Pembroke Road, Kingston 2, on Monday, July 12. Reports from the Elliston Road Police are that about 8:39 a.m. Kerry opened gunfire hitting two men who were later taken to hospital where they were admitted in serious condition. Kerry was arrested in Claremont, sent on Tuesday, August 17, and charged on Thursday, August 19. His court date is being finalized. World Under-20 champs. Jamaica win 11 medals. Jamaica's Under-20 team racked up 11 medals, 3 gold, 6 silver, and 3 bronze, statistically tied for second best ever at a World Athletics Under-20 Championship, only behind the 12 won 3 years ago in Finland. Jamaica finished 5th on the medals table and 3rd in the placings table with 100 points, the latter calculated on points earned by athletes advancing to their finals. Host Kenya topped the medals table with 16 in total. Finland were second with 5 total medals, but 4 of them were gold. Nigeria finished 3rd overall with 7 medals, 4 of them gold, and Ethiopia had 12 medals. The hosts also topped the points table with 128, with Ethiopia on 111. The 11 medals tied the total from Kingston 2002, when the Jamaicans, led by Usain Bolt's 200-meter gold medal, won 2 gold, 5 silver, and 4 bronze medals, while in Finland, Jamaica won 4 gold, 5 silver, and 3 bronze medals. Tina Clayton won 2 of the 3 Jamaica gold medals in Nairobi in the women's 100 meters and the women's 4x100 meters, while Akira Nugent won the 100-meter hurdles race. Jamaica also won 9 medals in Italy in 2004. They won 8 medals 3 times in Chile 2000, Beijing 2006, and Poland 2016. They also won 6 medals 3 times, France 1998, Poland 2008, and Eugene 2014. 5 were won in Barcelona in 2012 and 3 in Canada in 2010. Government provides housing for 12 homeless families. 12 families, many of whom have no place to call home, will be provided with fully furnished 1-bedroom units, complete with a bathroom and a kitchen, in the coming months under the government's indigent housing program. The beneficiaries are among some 30 residents of Bellrock off Olympic Way in West Central St. Andrew, who were left homeless on November 28, 2018, after armed men entered the home of Andrew McLean, otherwise called Peter and Killer, firing multiple shots and later setting the building ablaze. The fire spread to neighboring houses. Alric Benjamin, 26, has lived in Bellrock for 8 years with his 2 children and girlfriend. At the time of the fire, he was at home with his now 5-year-old daughter. I feel sad because I work hard to build my house. I miss everything go up in flames, he said of the concrete and board dwelling. Benjamin, a delivery assistant at a manufacturing company, was able to renovate the concrete structure of the home about 8 months after the fire, but is looking forward to the furnished home his family will receive soon. It will be better, and the children have their own room, he said with a smile. Daniel Barton recalled that on the fateful day, it took hours for the fire brigade to arrive on the scene. Me stand up right across the road, so I watched the whole of the house burn up. Me couldn't do nothing. Everything burn up, every single thing, he said yesterday, adding that since the fire, he has been living with a friend. Barton added, I'm a bit optimistic, and at the same time just watching what is happening, because it can take more time than what they have said. Me no want to get me hopes up. Another beneficiary, Shelton Blake, has been living in Bellrock for 17 years. He was at home but did not manage to save anything due to the intensity of the blaze. Blake has since rented a room in a nearby scheme, and his sister has helped him to secure some furniture. Me feel good, cause me I get back a place cause me I rent me a pay now, the 47-year-old said. Minister of Local Government and Community Development, Desmond McKenzie, said construction will take 3 to 4 months at a cost of $37 million.
This program, ladies and gentlemen, can be considered a flagship program for the Ministry of Local. Since 2016, the Andrew Holness administration has taken a different approach to indigent housing solutions. Many years gone by, the approach was to create housing solution using board. So a lot of board houses have been built, and a lot of board houses have been destroyed because fire and the manner in which people use these facilities. But we took a conscious decision that in order to create something lasting, something that will allow an individual to have pride in, we took a position that we would build concrete structured houses right across the country. This program, ladies and gentlemen, can be considered a flagship program for the Ministry of Local Government. Never before has a project of this nature has been undertaken by any administration, and it was the vision of this administration led by Prime Minister Andrew Holness that has brought us to this part of providing housing solutions.
So on this little plot of land, we have a design that will house 12 families. Some families have more than 3 members, so it is still going to be a little bit tight.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Andrew Holness apologized to the beneficiaries for not fulfilling his promise of providing them with homes with great speed. It was a logistical nightmare and a technical and engineering nightmare to come up with a solution. We now have a proper sewage solution, and we have a proper housing solution, the Prime Minister stated. We're still looking for lands so that we can take down some of the houses that were built 20 years ago, which are in a terrible state, and relocate some of the people, but still within proximity of the area, and that will be an ongoing exercise. Unvaxxed will pay. People working in the public sector who refuse to be vaccinated after vaccines are more widely available will have to pick up the tab for their own health care if they become ill with the coronavirus disease. Prime Minister Andrew Holness outlined the policy as he addressed the nation Thursday about new measures, chiefly 7 days of lockdown, which the government hopes will help to curtail the spread of the disease. We have not yet discussed a policy of requiring public sector workers to be tested in order to turn up to work. What I know we have started to do is to organize the various ministries, departments and agencies and the statutory bodies to receive vaccines. So I know the Ministry of Health is coordinating with the permanent secretaries and heads of agencies to carry out a vaccination program within the public sector, said Holness in response to questions on the matter. The question was prompted by private sector organizations sending memos to staff requiring them to get vaccinated or take a COVID-19 test at regular intervals to prove they remain COVID-19 free. The private sector organization of Jamaica early last week sent out a statement calling on the government to get tough on people who refuse to get vaccinated. The lobby group also said as soon as Jamaica secures adequate vaccines, people who still refuse to take it must subject themselves to regular testing so their status can be known. Holness did not directly address the policy being taken in the private sector, but he told public sector workers, once vaccines become widespread and widely available, then the cost of not being vaccinated should not be borne by the state. He did not clarify what cost he was talking about. Yes, at this time, vaccines are not widely available and are not widespread, so the state can't really impose fully the cost on citizens because it's not widely available yet. But once it becomes widely available and widely accessible, then the cost of not being vaccinated should not be borne by the state. I want to see it in. I know there are many questions that are going to come from that, but that is the government's policy, he continued. So, for example, If the employer is to say, well, if you're not vaccinated, for you to come into my workplace, you have to show that you're not going to infect the rest of my staff and derail my operation. So you have to show a test. You rightfully should not ask the employer to pay for that if vaccines are available, if you have the option of getting vaccinated. Because technically, what would happen is the government will be paying you not to get vaccinated. There are some tough decisions that we have to make, and you're not going to have everything the way you like it. But we have to look at what is in the best interest of everyone overall. Jamaica set aside $5 billion to purchase vaccines with the aim of inoculating over 60% of the population. Approximately 137,000 Jamaicans, or about 5% of the population, are fully vaccinated. Another 282,000 people have received a single dose and are awaiting the second dose. Just under 200,000 of the AstraZeneca vaccines, which arrived in late July, are still to be administered. More vaccines are expected to be available as of next month. Jamaica records 551 new COVID-19 cases, 17 more deaths. Jamaica recorded 551 new cases of COVID-19 and 17 additional virus-related deaths on Saturday. This brings the total number of confirmed cases in Jamaica to 61,833 and the death toll to 1,388. According to the Ministry of Health and Wellness, the deaths occurred between August 16 to August 20. The deaths were a 62-year-old woman, a 77-year-old woman, a 63-year-old man, a 61-year-old woman, and an 83-year-old woman from Kingston and St. Andrew, a 41-year-old woman, a 92-year-old woman, and a 67-year-old woman from Hanover, a 68-year-old man, a 72-year-old man, both from St. James, a 75-year-old man, a 67-year-old woman, and a 69-year-old woman, all from St. Elizabeth, an 88-year-old woman, a 76-year-old woman, a 73-year-old man, all from St. Anne, and a 59-year-old woman from Clarendon. Of the 551 newly reported cases, there were 337 females and 214 males with ages ranging from 9 days to 101 years. The cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew, 115, St. Catherine, 91, St. Anne, 88, St. James, 73, Manchester, 57, Trelawney and Westmoreland, 28 each, St. Mary, 18, Hanover, 16, St. Thomas, 12, Portland, 10, Clarendon, 8, and St. Elizabeth, 7. The country also recorded 46 recoveries, bringing the total number of recoveries to 47,721. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.